Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. I am Saurav and you are watching Saurav Talk. Today we are talking about that one thing every international student dreams of, a successful transition from studying to working here in Canada. And the key to that, your post-graduation work permit or PGWP. Now, I know that application process can seem confusing, especially with all the new rules and changes from IRCC, but don't worry. In this video, I'll be your guide. We are going to break down every single step from eligibility to final submission and make sure your application is perfect. First thing first, before you click a single button, you need to know if you are eligible. The core requirements are still the same. You must be a graduate from an eligible Canadian DLI that we all, I guess already know, and your program had to be at least 8 months long, and you need to have a maintain your full-time student status. And this is where the things have changed a lot for 2025. But here, what's new? Listen closely because it's important. As of November 2024, you now need to provide a proof of language ability. That means a valid language test result from an approved test like IELTS, CELPIP or PT core. This applies to almost everyone, so make sure your test scores are up to date. And there's another major update, especially for those in diplomas or certification programs. As of June 2025, IRCC has updated list of eligible field of study. This is aligned with the Canada's labor market. So if you are in a non-degree program, make sure your field is in on the approved list to avoid a nasty surprise. Okay, now let's talk about the documents. Alright, now for the fun part, gathering your document. Think of this as a treasure hunt where every piece is essential. I recommend creating a dedicated folder on your computer for these. First, your proof of program completion. This is your official letter from your school or your final transcript. And next, your proof of language proficiency. This is your language test results. You also need a high quality digital photo that meets IRCC very specific guidelines. Don't just upload the selfie, just make sure you can meet the eligibility or the requirement for the photo that required for that. And of course, a scanned copy of your valid passport. Make sure it's valid for at least 3 years so you can get a full length of your PGWP. And finally, the main form IMMM 5710. We will walk you through how to fill this out next. First thing first, go to Google and search for GCKey login. Click on the first link that says sign into your IRC secure account. Enter your GCKey's username and password. After logging in, just scroll down and click on apply to come to Canada. The first page will ask you for your personal reference code. You can get this when you apply for express entry. If you don't have this code, just scroll down and select visitor visa, study or work permit. It will then ask you a few basic questions. What would you like to do in Canada? Select work. How long are you planning to stay in Canada? Choose temporarily more than 6 months. What is your country that issue your passport? Select your country. In my case, I'm gonna select India. What is your current country of residence? We are currently in Canada, so select Canada. Do you have a family member who is a Canadian citizen or PR? Select no unless you do. What's your date of birth? Enter your date of birth. I'm gonna select a random date and then click next. Are you a lawful permanent resident of the United States? I wish, but select no. So the next question is, what is your current immigration status in Canada? Oh, this is extremely important. If your study permit is expired, then don't apply because your study permit should be valid when you are applying for a work permit. If it's already expired, and here we are assuming you are a student, so I'm gonna select as a student. Then the next page, post graduation work permit questions. Do you plan to work on campus? Select no. Are you a full-time student? Select no, as your studies are already completed, so don't select yes. Have you recently graduated from a participating Canadian post-secondary education institute? Select yes. Is your work an essential part of your study? Select no. If you have a co-op program, then you can enter the details here. Have you ever been told by IRCC that you approved for a permanent residence? In case you apply, then you can choose the option. But here I'm going to select no. Have you submitted a peer application? And select no. Do you have a written job offer? Even if you do, do not select yes here because we are submitting an application for an open work permit, not an LMI based one. Do you have an official letter from the schools that confirm you completed your study? Select yes. Most universities and college will give you a completion letter within a week or two. You can also get your unofficial transcript, which you can generate from your college website. I like it's always better to consult because it is more important when you are applying the work permit. This is a more important document, so always make sure about that. And the next is, what is your marital status? Select your marital status. And what is your province or tertiary of designation? Select the province you are in or planning to move. So in my case, in Ontario, I'm going to select Ontario. After answering all the questions, it will give you two options: a temporary resident visa and a post graduation work permit. We will apply for a PGWP. Click and continue. Do you have an official letter? Select yes. Have you had a medical examination performed by IRCC authorized panel physician? Or you can select no unless you have. If you select no, it will ask if you want to work in healthcare or similar service. If you don't, you can select no again. Do you want to submit an application for family member? Select no. Are you giving someone access to your application? This is super important. If you are using a representative, you must select yes accordingly. But in my case, I'm gonna select no. Now he's asking for that. In the past 10 years, have you given your fingerprint and a photo, like we can biometric, for an application to come to Canada? The answer is most likely yes, because when we are applying for the study permit, we all do. Will you be paying your fees online? Select yes. Are you able to make a digital copy of your document? Then select yes. At the end, you will have a chance to review all your answers. Take your time as these answers are the basis of your application success. Once you are sure, click continue. After clicking continue, it will show you all the documents you need. IMM 5710 form, recent education transcript. This is your completion letter from your college. Completion letter, your college will provide this starting your successful completed the program, then passport, then digital photo. From my personal opinion, go to a professional shop like Staples, Shopper to get a high quality pictures. Don't try to save the money on this because it's gonna be more. And the fees associated with the applications are $155 for the work permit, $100 for open work permit fees holder, and the total is 255 Canadian dollar. So now we are going to fill the form. So we can see it here, it's asking for the UCI number. So this is the number basically you can find on your study permit. It should be between 8 to 10 digit. So we're going to provide the number here, and then I'm going to select the service. You can select English or French accordingly. So for me, I'm going to select English. And then the next part is asking for the which kind of work permit we're going to apply. So make sure here you're going to select the second option because we are applying for a post graduation work permit and the first time. So that the other option is the same one, but it should be the same employer. So that's basically we are not going to apply, we are going to apply for the open work permit. So make sure you're going to select the second option, and then you have to provide your personal details. So you can write your as a name print on your document. You can provide that information here, and after that you can see if you have any middle name, put accordingly. If you don't have, just say yes or no. And then you have to provide your gender, male, female, select accordingly. And then date of birth. So here I'm going to select a date of birth here, and then you have to provide your place of birth, and then the country where you born, and then you have to provide the citizenship, which country you belong. Select here, I'm going to select India here. The next is current country. So it's already settled in Canada. So for the status, I'm going to select as a student, and the other is you can see it's blackout already. And we have to select the time here when our study permit is issued. we have to select that date. So I'm going to select the date here, and then you have to provide the expiry date here. And for the next is asking for the previous country or territory of residence. So if you live any other country except your citizenship country or except Canada, so you can provide the information here. In my case it's no, so I'm gonna select it no here. If in your case is yes, just provide the information accordingly. And the next is we have to select our marital status. So if you are married, select married and provide the effective date here. And then you have to provide your spouse name. So now we are on the next column, so it's basically asking for the personal details. So we have to provide the personal detail here. So have you previously been married or common law? So in my case I'm going to select no here. And the next column is about the language. So select your mother tongue here. If you speak Punjabi, Hindi, so select here accordingly. So I'm going to select Punjabi. So are you able to communicate in English or French? Select accordingly. I'm going to select English. And now we have to provide our passport information. Just put your passport number here. Select the country. So in my case I'm going to select India. And then date of issue and the expiry date. So in my case I'm going to select this date. Okay, so the next column is about the national identity document. So do you have any national identity document? So we're gonna select yes, and then we're gonna provide the document number. We're gonna use passport here, and then you can select country, which country give you the passport. So in my case it's India, so I'm gonna select India, and then the issue date. And the next is USPR card. If you have, select yes. In my case I'm gonna select no. And then you have to provide your contact information. So you have to provide your current mailing address. So I'm gonna use a address here. And if you have a different residential address, then you have to select the other option like yes. If you don't have the residential address different, so just select. And we have to put the information in the next column. It's coming into Canada. So here we have to put our original entry date. So when you came as the first time as a student in this country, you have to provide that information and select the place and your original purpose to come in Canada. So I am gonna select here as a study. And then you have to provide your recent entry date. So if you got a trip to India in between your study, so then you have to provide your new entry date here column. You have to provide the information about your work permit. So we're gonna apply what type of work permit we're gonna apply. So we have to select the post graduation work permit. So make sure you're gonna select the post graduation work permit here. And then you have to provide the information. If you have, like, if you already have an offer letter, just put the information here. If you don't have, you can skip this column. You have to check this option: have you been issued a certificate under the PNP program? So we're gonna select accordingly. I don't have anything related that, so I'm gonna select no. So in this column we have to provide, so here we have to provide our education information. Have you had any post secondary education? Even if you have any apprenticeship program or any other degree or college, you have to select your option. So in my case I'm going to select yes. The time period here, now you can select accordingly. And then we have to provide the employment details. So basically in this section we have to provide last 10-year employment details, right? Provide the employment details here. And after that, when you complete your employment information, and then you can select the next option, background information. So make sure you're gonna read this carefully and select accordingly. If it takes 2 to 3 minutes extra, just do it, because it's gonna save you from trouble. So we have to provide our background information. So within the past 2 years, your family member having any kind of a disease in your family, or select. In my case I'm gonna select no. Do you have any physical mental? In my case it's no. If you have, just provide the information here. Have you, okay, on the second option, have you ever remained beyond the validity of your status? Okay, in my case no, I haven't do that. Have you ever been refused or demanded? In my case no, I just applied for the study permit. If you have any refusal like on your study visa or work visa, just select here yes, and then you can provide the information like you have two of the refusal on your study permit, right? And then you can provide all the information here like which college you got that offer letter and what is the reason for your refusal. The all information you're gonna provide here, trust me, it's gonna save you a lot of time and energy. Because the thing is, if you have any refusal, they already have your record, right? If you have any refusal or any kind of things, just mention it in this section. Next one, have you ever committed, been arrested or any charges? So I'm gonna select no here. So the next, are you or have you ever been a member of associate with a political party or other group organization? So in my case, I'm gonna select no here. Have you ever witnessed or participated in civil language? Have you ever witnessed or ill treatment? Okay, in my case, it's no. You can make sure your case immigration. Okay, so here we have to provide our consent to IRCC, like the all information we provide is correct or everything, right? So I'm gonna select yes. So make sure you're gonna select yes here, and then you have to provide your signature, and then select the date here, and then you can select validate. That's all. So finally, we are done with our post-graduation work permit application. Once you have got your PGWP and start working, you might be need to know about EI. What happen if you lose your job or reduce hour? Watch this next.